door. Come on, little dog. Oh no, this should be kind of. They're getting there. All right, the crane is going to be using these boards. Probably this one, which I think is a 12-foot board. I'm 6 foot high, so I should come to the middle here. And I only need to lift up the pump just enough to get it up out of the water, and then there'll be a second arm that goes here that will raise up, which will then allow it to land on the ground. All right, we're all hooked up and ready to go. I got to pick up a few more tools. These pipes are going to be used for an extension up there underground. Right now, the irrigation pipes run through a 6-inch pipe, which keeps getting clogged during the winter. So what I'm going to do is put this rigid pipe in, and that should fix my problem. Hold on. This is where I do most of my welding and other work. This is the actual pump that goes into the river. I don't think I put a video up of me actually working on this, but the main thing I did to it, the frame I did 2 years ago, or a year ago actually, because we've only been using this one 1 year. I put these hooks on, hook onto my crane, and then when it goes into the actual pump house, we can attach there the raise and lower it into the well. I'll talk more about that later on as I set everything up. This will probably be split into 3 videos, possibly. But anyway, so let me, I'm going to gather my cutting wheel there, and a few other things, and then we'll get out to the spot where we're going to be building the crane at. And hopefully I can get that done today. All right. It's not so windy today, so this will be nice. You can actually hear me talk for once, and I won't have to boost the audio. The church is just beyond that tree there. That is a, what is that tree? I should know what that is. It's cottonwood. They grow along the River Chama. And this is another very big and old cottonwood growing right here by the river. Originally, the dock, which you can see here, and here, and here, was right there. Is obviously gone. I'll have to wait until this fall to get down in there and see if I can find it. I bet it's in there somewhere, but it's a good chance it did float down the river, but I don't think it went far. All right, you can see where the water line is, right there. So that's more than enough than I need. All right, so I've got the anchors in. The ones in the front are slightly forward, so when I put the main riser up, it won't fall backwards. So for the raising and lowering arm, we're going to use rebar. We're basically going to drill a hole through there, put the rebar through, drill a hole to the 2 arms that go on here, and this will slide on. And then we'll put some cross members in between the 2 arms that slide on. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. Okay, so you can see how this works. We have 3 guidelines. You have the 2 here, and they'll cross, and that'll keep this from sliding through that hole. And then the one that goes in the front, or in the back in this case, the 2 loops will be joined together, and that'll keep it from sliding out. So I guess now we need to get all the lines attached and get this thing raised up in the air. All right, so that's the bell I'm gonna head in. And hear my words, Lord, here goes that is just, pay heed to my cry. It takes a little bit of time to walk, or in this case drive, from where I'm at up to the church. So we're back. Actually forgot to turn the camera on for the first 5 or 6 minutes, and I just walked up to my tractor and it's like, oh yeah. So I've already lifted the beam and strapped them down. It's doing pretty good. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. So I got to figure out how now to get, I'm going to have to bring it back down because I didn't put the pulley up there. This doesn't make too much sense. But this arm's going to be perfect. But we got to bring it back down. Okay, so I've got everything rigged up for when I raise this pole back up. The pulley's on there. I've got the bottom of the pulley attached to a chain. I've got the top attached to an extra long rope so I don't lose it. So now I need to get the arm that actually raises up. this is where we are at. I have a few modifications I need to do. I put the pulley on wrong with the block and tackle. The pull string needs to be up there so it doesn't get twisted, but it still works. And the raising lowering arm needs to be swapped too. So I need to get a ladder to do that. Because I really don't want to take it apart again to fix it. Okay, let me give you a quick close-up of what I just did, and then we're going to raise this up and see if everything works. So, I'm using copper wire right now. This should be fine. One of the things you need to know the weights you're dealing with. I can pick this thing up easily, so it's not that heavy. So one of the things I think I'm going to change on this, but not right now. One of the problems I have is these pulleys are so small that it allows the rope to get tangled. Otherwise, everything seems to be working fine. I've got to do one more modification, and that's mainly because of piping. When the pipe comes out of the water, I need for it to come straight up and then out. So all I'm going to do is just tie another little pulley on the arm out here so I can raise and lower the pipe also. We're doing good. I'm pretty sure you all are wondering just as much as I am, what does it look like with the pump running? So I'm going to go hook that up now, and I'll show you how that works. Another video. So I've put this plug on to make it easy to remove the pump. And it just goes in this box. Okay. So I've got hooked the solar up. That part looks like it got a little bit wet. Looks like we're getting juice. That is good. We still got to hook up the one in there. So I'm going to go under here, and the next shot you're going to see is the pump running. There we go. It survived the winter. All right. So that's it for now. I'm going to go get some other work done and get ready for Vespers later on this evening. So look forward to finishing off the irrigation. I got to put the pipes in and a few other things. So God bless everyone. Have a great summer.